Hello everybody, and welcome to episode 25 of Tombstone TV. I'm your host, as always, Bullet Bon Awesome, and I want to thank you all for joining us here tonight, this fine Tuesday evening. I can welcome you all here. We're going to have a tag team matchup here, folks. Introducing first, you'll know the team of Travis the Savage Sanchez and his partner slash manager, personal trainer. This is Martial Hearts, and they formed the team of the Savage Hearts. It's not often that the Savage Hearts get to run out together as a tag team, but after both men were unsuccessful recently in both contenders matches and at the Stadium Royale, they've decided to give the tag team championships another run. They are looking for the tag team gold. That's not to say they're not going to go after their singles belts respectively, but as we hit this new year, a lot of teams will be shaking things up here at Championship Wrestling Series. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, like the videos, leave a comment below. Who would you like to see face each other here on Tombstone TV? Who do you think deserves shots at these championships? Savage Hearts eagerly await their opposition. And who do we have for them here tonight? Oh my god, folks! Making his debut on Tombstone TV. We saw him last weekend at the Stadium Royale, where he made his debut for the company. It looks like he's representing the Cosmic Alliance alongside his own son, sporting an all-new look. That's Moonbeam Jr. alongside his father, the original Moonbeam. Looks like original Moonbeam is the latest member of the Cosmic Alliance as these two head to the ring. This looks to be a darker side of Moonbeam Jr. I wonder what that means for his in-ring work. Original Moonbeam, must be an absolute pleasure for him to be able to tag up with his own son here in the year of 2024. We thought that original Moonbeam had retired, only to come out of retirement at Stadium Royale to vie for that opportunity, a championship opportunity, but he was unsuccessful. So it looks like we've got Moonbeam Jr. and his father, original Moonbeam, going to represent the Cosmic Alliance here against the Savage Hearts. And this is good because at the Stadium Royale, it was the original Moonbeam who eliminated Travis the Savage Sanchez from the matchup, only for original Moonbeam to then be eliminated by Travis's mentor, former nemesis of original Moonbeam, Martial Hearts. So this was going to be an interesting matchup as we ring the bell. Moonbeam Jr. Oh, look at this already with a Hurricane Rana taking down Martial Hearts. And look at this, a dropping elbow across the chest of Martial. Folks, we're on the path now to Fight at the Opera. Fight at the Opera 2. Moonbeam tags in his own father. Look at the size of this man. These two know each other so well from years ago. When Martial was breaking into the business, Moonbeam was already a legend in the industry. This big luchador taking that fight to Martial Hearts. Big clothesline in the corner and a kick out at one Martial Hearts. It's not going down that easily. And look at this, original Moonbeam taking the fight outside to Travis the Savage Sanchez. He's towering above him. We don't often see this. And look at this, a big back body drop on the hardest part of the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you're aware of that, but it is. It's the hardest part of the ring. And look at that, because original Moonbeam attacks Travis the Savage Sanchez. Martial attacked Moonbeam's son, Moonbeam Jr., on the apron and drop kicked him off that apron to the floor. Anything you can do, I can do better, it seems. And look at this leg bar locked in on Martial Hearts. The original Moonbeam now tags in his son, Moonbeam Jr., back into the matchup. And Travis the Savage Sanchez is looking to get the tag here from Martial Arts, and he gets Hurricane Rana again. Moonbeam Jr. taking the fight to both of these men. Oh, and he just with Marshall just ran into the referee. And Travis was able to get a rugby tackle in on Moonbeam Jr. Travis unloading with those right hands onto the face of Moonbeam Jr. and a stomp across that chest. Travis now stomping the ankle of Moonbeam Jr. and again stomping at that ankle, turning his attention here to the original Moonbeam, who fights back with a big right hand. Travis again stomping on the ankle of Moonbeam Jr. Picks him up to his feet and is going to drag him back to his corner, the corner of the Savage Hearts. Grapples him from behind, drives that elbow into the back, whips him off the ropes, and look at this takedown. That's that Martial Arts training that he's after getting from his mentor, Martial Arts. Moonbeam slices to the outside, Travis makes the tag, Marshall now legal. Marshall absolutely in control here, Moonbeam Jr. But Moonbeam fights out of it, and look at this, looks like he's, oh my god, look at the innovation here. Moonbeam driving the head and neck of Marshall straight down into the canvas. Moonbeam now gets to his corner, makes the tag to original Moonbeam. And look at that drop kick. Not sure how much of it Marshall got, but Moonbeam Jr. offers the distraction, and Moonbeam original with that clothesline takes down Martial Arts, driving the face into the knee again. And another tag here between the father and son duo. Team Moonbeam here representing the Cosmic Alliance. Moonbeam Jr. now taking the fight to Travis the Savage Sanchez here on the outside. And look at this over the top rope. And look at that DDT again to the apron. The hardest part of the ring. And Moonbeam Originales talking a lot of trash here to Martial Arts, offering a distraction. But look, he's picked up a back body dropped on the apron. The hardest part of the ring, folks. But it offers Moonbeam Jr. the opportunity to sneak up, and Marshall whips him into that corner. And look at this picture perfect dropkick in the corner, taking Martial Arts off his feet and down to the mat. Jr. now bouncing the hand and the wrist of Martial Arts off that mat, kicked out of face. Junior now experiencing this tag team situation. We've seen him tag with Ozone, with Starshine Kid in the past, representing the Cosmic Alliance, now getting to tag with his own father. It must be an opportunity of a lifetime for him. And original Moonbeam, look at this, breaking the back and making Martial Arts humble. Cover now, 1, 2, and Marshall kicks out at 2. And look at Moonbeam just using his size to push Martial Arts back. And the discus punch. Oh my god, he's just bloodied and bludgeoned Marshall here with that discus punch. He's after cutting him wide open. Original Moonbeam now picks him up. And look at this, a 360 and a power bomb. Galactic power bomb by Moonbeam Senior. And Travis has to dive in with double axe handles to break that thing up. And look at that, from the ground, original Moonbeam just picks him up and drags him, and oh my god, the size, the power, original Moonbeam just decimating Martial Arts. And that's no mean feat here, folks. Look at this, from the top rope, a springboard moonsault. Moonbeam Jr. only gets the one because Travis was able to get in to break up the count. Moonbeam Jr. is pumping up the crowd. Moonbeam Originales on the outside attacking Travis the Savage Sanchez. Picks him up. It drops him face first across that apron. Moonbeam Jr. on the inside. Oh, he's got beaten away here by the bloodied up Martial Arts. He's picked Jr. up, and look at this, straight in. We got our package driver here, and we've got a 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. Moonbeam Jr. manages to kick out at 2. And now Martial Arts again on the apron. Another big back body drop on the apron. The hardest part of the ring, folks. I don't know if you're going to hear that anywhere else, but you'll hear it from us. Big back body drop. Original Moonbeam's not really stirring on the outside here. Moonbeam Jr. taking the fight to Travis the Savage Sanchez on the apron. But he is not the legal man. Look at this DDT again on that apron. Original Moonbeam back up to his feet. Marshall now drop kicks Original Moonbeam off the apron right in front of me on my commentary table here. Marshall Hurts with that drive-by elbow to the face, taking Moonbeam Jr. down. Marshall with that arm grip DDT, and he's locked in the arm bar. Center of the ring with nowhere to go. Moonbeam might be forced to tap. Marshall lets it go, and now he's going for the cover here. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. Again, the resilience of Moonbeam Jr. I don't know, is it this new, darker, eerier look that he's got going on, or if it's being in the presence of greatness like his father here, not wishing to disappoint the family. But there's a different side of Moonbeam Jr. I'm seeing here tonight, as he scoops Travis the Savage up and just absolutely lawn darts him into that corner. Moonbeam Jr. now makes the tag to his father. Original Moonbeam in. And the discus punch to the boxer. Now Travis on the outside. Moonbeam Originales picking Marshall up, and this time it's him with the big back body drop on the apron, the hardest part of the ring. We got Moonbeam Originales going for the body shots on the boxer here. Travis the Savage Sanchez hasn't been punched like this since joining CWS. He left the boxing ring to avoid shots like this. But Moonbeam Originales is an amateur boxer in his own right. Travis whipping Originales back into the ring. A lock up here. Moonbeam Originales taking Travis over, and another right hand on the ropes, whipping him across the chest. And look at this now. Travis goes for that discus punch, but Moonbeam catches it, picks him up, and look at the Alabama slam in that corner. He whipped his head on the turnbuckles on the way down on 1. Oh, and just before the count at 2, Marshall Harts managed to get in and to break up the count. Moonbeam furious with the referee allowing this to happen. Moonbeam says this is it. He's flexing here, posing to the crowd, but Travis makes the tag. We've got Moonbeam Originales. Marshall Harts knocked to the floor. Moonbeam Jr. now legal. Moonbeam Jr. goes for that uppercut. Evaded by Marshall Harts, who whips Moonbeam Jr. off the ropes. Marshall with the drop down. Whips underneath, grabs and twists around, and neck breaker to Moonbeam Jr. He's got the cover. This might be it. 1, 2, oh no. Original Moonbeam gets in to break up the count and save the match for his team, to save his son and keep him in this. What a fairy tale story it would be if this variation of the Cosmic Alliance could climb the ranks. Father and son could go for the tag team championships. Ultimately, this tag match will lead to opportunity for one of these teams. But which team will be successful? Marshall Harts now steps through. We've seen this before. He's got that sharpshooter locked in. Marshall Harts, the sharpshooter locked in, and Moonbeam Originales gets the 2-footed dropkick to break up the submission hold. Marshall now driving the elbow into the throat of Moonbeam Originales. Moonbeam Jr. now looking worse for wear as Travis the Savage Sanchez makes the tag and is now legal. He is stalking Moonbeam Jr. Travis now discus punch, but it's caught. Moonbeam with a left and a super kick. Moonbeam Jr. with the super kick to Travis the Savage Sanchez, and another one, a super kick. That's back-to-back super kicks and a drop kick. Moonbeam Jr. whipping the hand off that rope, bounces off the ropes and springboards from the top. Another moonsault from the top. We got a 1, 2, and 3. Marshall Harts unable to break up the count right in front of the referee. Moonbeam Jr. just pinned Travis the Savage Sanchez. What a fantastic win here for the Moonbeams. What a fantastic win for the Cosmic Alliance. What will this mean for the tag division here at Championship Wrestling Series? Folks, please come back for part 2 of episode 25. We have more action to come. Thank you. This is part 2 of episode 25, Tombstone TV. Thank you for joining us for our 25th episode, folks. This is the first of this month's Contenders qualification matches. And introducing first, the leader of the Toon Army. He hails from Newcastle upon Tyne, England. He is YouTube's favorite wrestler. He is Jack's favorite wrestler of the week. He is the master of the Tombstone Sam Driver, the Pachiti Club Clothesline, and the Ross Bottom. This is St. James Park. St. James Park is still looking for gold here in CWS. And he is shooting his shot at contendership once again as we head to Contender 7. Contender 7, folks, is a little bit away. And his opposition for tonight is interesting. We've got the Saint versus the Lord. Lord and Xavier hoping to qualify for Contenders. This guy wants to beat the passion of the Lord into you. If you don't believe he hasn't hit you hard enough, with faith and grace by his side, the Lord wants to be the king of Tombstone TV in life and death. Praise be to the Lord. The Lord's angels, faith and grace by his side. We'll see them again later on this evening as they have a women's tag match. But first, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Contenders qualification matchup. St. James Park whips Lord and Xavier into the corner and follows it up immediately with an uppercut. Just knocked the Lord into about 3 days from now. St. James now climbing to the top rope. Can the Saint fly? From the top, double axe handles across the top of the head, drops the knee across the face of Lord and Xavier, and again goes for that knee. This time misses. Lord and Xavier evades. Running bulldog takes St. James Park down to the mat. Faith and Grace on the outside, liking what they see so far. The Lord, with a brutal streak here, gets punched and kicked, and St. James, look at this, rolls through under and gets that crab locked in on the supposedly injured knee of the Lord. But I'm a bit skeptical about that knee pad, folks. I have a suspicion it's weighted, but apparently it has been checked and it is not. However, I believe the Lord might have a bit of magic up his sleeve where he hides the obvious biceps to be able to lift St. James Park over his head like that. St. James kicks out at one with his very fresh kicks that he's wearing, his custom shoes that he's really proud of, and he gets whipped out over the top rope. Lord, with a stunner over the top rope, knocking St. James outside to the floor right in front of my commentary table here, where I'm sitting alongside my good friends Sean Shaunerson and Carl Briscoe Regan. Have you guys got anything you want to say? Starting with you, Sean. Sean, watch the language. Family show. Carl, have you anything? That was discreet, quiet, yeah, I understand, and to the point, very direct. Interesting analogy there, Carl. The Lord going to the top. And the Lord flies, but misses wildly to the outside. St. James Park slides in and evades the double axe handle from the top rope. The Lord back over to the Angels, gets a whisper in the ear. Words of encouragement, no doubt. Folks, thank you for joining us, Championship Wrestling Series, where wrestling is all fun and games. As we watch St. James Park take that bite here to Lord and Xavier. St. James Park, yup. Does St. James have it in the bag, folks? Is he going to be able to put the Lord down for the 3 count? And look at this neck breaker again. Attacking the neck of the Lord. And the Lord now on the outside. Oh my God, look at that. The Lord wins by disqualification. St. James Park jumped over. The Lord ducked out of the way, and St. James just collided with the Angels, knocking one of the Angels, the Lord's Angels, right in front of the referee. He's just after hitting the Lord's manager and has been disqualified. St. James Park does not qualify for contendership. A contender 7 winner by DQ, which is ironic because previously the Lord has laid hands as a manager, and now his manager has had hands laid on him. Oh folks, if you've been with us for a bit, you'll understand the irony here. St. James looks beside himself as he loses this matchup, but the Lord is going on to contender 7. Come back for part 3, we've got more action here on Tombstone TV. This is part 3, Tombstone TV, episode 25, and upcoming next is tag team action. A lot of tag teams were pulled into a meeting earlier today, folks, where management told them, you're going to be put into matches, go out and win your matches, you'll get some opportunities. Lose your matches, back at the line. So all of these teams are interested in see what's coming up. They don't know what. It's as much of a mystery for the competitors as it is for us. And here we go, folks, introducing first the team of Las Bestias Locas. In red and black on your right hand side, that is Pantera Roa Dos. And on your left is his tag team partner and the winner of the first ever Stadium Royal match. He is the holder of the Future Shot briefcase, meaning he has an opportunity at the World's Heavyweight Championship at any time of his choosing. It is Loco Lobo Azul. The team of Las Bestias Locas, although they have this ace in the hole, this opportunity at individual men's gold for Loco Lobo Azul, it doesn't mean it's going to derail their plans to dominate the tag division. We've got the team of Las Bestias Locas. And who are they up against? We're gonna find out here together, folks. Las Bestias Locas ready themselves. And here we go, folks. They are up against the team of the Castle Twins, the Twin Castles themselves. Theon and Tyrion Castle, former tag team champions here at CWS. Very slow and methodical entrance as the Castles make their way to the ring, playing into the minds of Las Bestias Locas. What must Las Bestias Locas be thinking coming up against former champions here? And what must the Castle Twins be thinking coming up against men the size of Pantera Roja Dos and Loco Lobo Azul? But Tyrion and Theon are no strangers to battle. These guys have been part of the spectacle of combat all of their lives. They're trained for this. This is their life. Theon and Tyrion entering the ring wearing their traditional garb of gladiators, which they see themselves as, they've modeled themselves as, and they ready themselves to take on the team of Las Bestias Locas. You're listening to the voice of Bullet Von Awesome, BVA. I am on the commentary table with Sean Shaunderson and Carl Briscoe Regan, and you guys are very welcome to join us. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment below. Who do you think is going to win, Castles or Las Bestias Locas? Are you looking forward to the Fight at the Opera? Fight at the Opera 2 is coming up. It is going to be February's premium live event, the free premium live event here, hosted by CWS. Let us know what you'd like to see from the channel in the comments below, as Pantera Roja Dos gets a choke bomb here on Theon Castle, catches the man by the ankle and swings him around. Theon is the Castle with long hair, and Tyrion recently cut his hair, and it definitely wasn't just to make it easier for us on commentary to call the matches, because they looked a bit too similar. And look at this, a big back body drop on the apron. Pantera drops Tyrion with a big back body drop on the apron, the hardest part of the ring, folks. And now it looks like Theon's taking the fight to Lobo Azul, but it offered just enough of a distraction for Pantera to catch him in the face with that low running boot. Loco's out on his feet, but it offered enough of a distraction for Pantera to catch Theon and get him with that sidewalk slam, dropping him dead center of the ring. Now that Loco's stirred back to his feet, he's got to leave the ring. Pantera Roja Dos. Elbow to the face, scoops Theon up, and look at this, a big running power slam, all the weight of Pantera Roja Dos across the chest of Theon Castle. Lobo Azul, your future shot briefcase holder, gets the tag, is now legal, and he marches right over to Theon. And a big right hand, a left, and another right. And look at this, Loco now stretching him out, picks him up, and just releases Theon into the corner, gets the cover, and Tyrion is forced to launch himself in and break up that count. Pantera walking over now to Tyrion and talking all sorts of trash. I can't repeat those words. It sounds like the things Sean Shaunerson would say, as Lobo Azul now, big right hand to the face of Tyrion while he's up on the apron, and God, another big back body drop on the apron. The hardest part of the ring. Meanwhile, Theon's been distracted by Pantera Roja Dos and is knocking in these 10 bludgeoning, gauntlet-assisted blows across the chest, and Pantera falls forward, but Lobo Azul hits him with that running bulldog. Loco now dragging Theon around the ring. Theon worse for wear here, folks. Not been able to make the tag and just gets tossed off those ropes. And Tyrion back in to break up the count before the referee can even count to 2. Referee's going to have to do something about all these entrances and interferences in the matchup. We just want some clean competition here in these straight tag matches. Loco now drops Theon into the corner. Theon tries to fight back out, but Pantera is able to prevent Theon from getting too far. He's in the wrong part of town, so to speak. Loco now mounting with the ground and pound, the elbows to the top of the head and to the side of the face. Theon not in a good way here as Pantera makes the tag. Pantera now legal, and he is just talking trash and stomping on the face of Theon Castle. He's now stalking Theon. Pantera, he's got him up. He's in position for the Red Cross. Pantera's picked Theon Castle up for the Red Cross. And there we go. Slams him straight into the mat. 1 and a rope break. Somehow Theon Castle had the wherewithal to get his hand to that bottom rope, forcing the referee's hand to break up the tag. Pantera, after hitting his biggest and most devastating move in the matchup, makes the tag back to Lobo Azul, calling in reinforcements, and now it's Lobo Azul picking Theon up. Theon manages some right hands, escapes, clothesline, Loco into the corner, grabbing Lobo Azul by the ankles and now disrespecting him with that flat back body bump, that release of the ankles, launching Loco into the middle of the ring. And now Theon finally able to make the tag to his brother Tyrion. Tyrion now legal, runs in and a big boot to Lobo Azul, but doesn't take him off his feet. Loco's just angered, it seems. And look at this, just launching Tyrion. If he didn't think he was from the past before, maybe that bump to the head's gonna make him feel that way. Lobo Azul now cranking at the head of Tyrion Castle. Choking, and look, that lifts him straight from the ground and just throwing Tyrion around the ring. This is a former CWS Tag Team Champion, folks, and he's just getting manhandled like this. But he played possum there, able to lure Loco out to the outside. But Loco got up before Tyrion was ready. Look at this, on the outside, a twisting neck breaker, driving Tyrion into the floor. Lobo Azul now trying to get back into the ring, but Tyrion's chopping and kicking and DDTs Loco outside on the floor right in front of my announce desk here. Tyrion with a kick to the face of Loco. The referees counted up to 6. We've already seen what can happen in the past year, folks, with people getting counted out of matches. But Tyrion now back into the ring. Loco makes the tag. Pantera, Tyrion with the DDT here to Pantera. What a story it would be if Tyrion and Theon can win after getting pummeled for the start of this one. Theon now goes for that clothesline, but Pantera evades it. Pantera manages to get the arms up, now catches Theon, bounces him off the top turnbuckle and launches him flat back into the center of the ring. Pantera now measuring Theon yet again. Whips Theon Castle into the corner. Pantera stalking him, lifts him up to the top turnbuckle. And Theon kicks the face of Pantera. Big clothesline, can't get him out. But look at that. T-bone suplex throw over the top of the head. Theon with the cover on Pantera. 1, 2, and Pantera Roja Dos kicks out at 2. He's able to kick out at 2 and save the matchup for Las Bestias Locas. And now Theon scoop slam and just driving Pantera into the center of the ring. 1. And before the count of 2, Loco Lobo Azul is forced to break up the count and save the matchup for his team. Theon stomping on the upturned elbow of Pantera Roja Dos. Maybe if you can remove the right arm from the equation, he won't be able to lift you up for that red cross. Tyrion just launching Pantera out of the ring and to the floor right in front of my announce desk. And as the Castle's double teaming on Pantera, launching him back into the ring. Look at this springboard, crossbody, second rope, assisted springboard, crossbody. Tyrion from the top. Pantera's trying to make the tag, and he does. Tyrion now surely too far away, but Loco's able to get underneath it. Tyrion has to dive over Loco, misses wildly. And now it's Tyrion with the boot to the face. This time he takes Loco down and he's pounding the head of Loco Lobo Azul off the mat. Tyrion makes the tag. Theon now legal again in this one. Loco now picks him up. Theon with these punches gets out of the power bomb predicament and goes for the clothesline again, unable to knock Loco Lobo Azul down to the ground, but this time Loco hits the clothesline and takes Theon off his feet. Loco Lobo Azul stalking Theon Castle, knee to the face. Upturns the arm and stomps across the upturned arm. The human arm is not supposed to bend that way. Loco Lobo Azul now stalking Theon Castle and he suplexes him up. Folks, you know what's coming. He's gonna stall and drive the man into the flat of the mat just like that. And it's up to Tyrion to break up the count. Pantera running interference just a bit too late. Loco Lobo Azul now climbing to the top rope. We're not used to seeing the Blue Wolf fly, but this is why we call him crazy. The top rope elbow, that Lobo elbow from the top. And now Loco Lobo Azul has Theon where he wants him, center of the ring. Suplex and drives him down to the mat, hooks the leg. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. That's it, folks. Las Bestias Locas pick up the W, and they get the win that they were challenged to get by management. The Castles must be furious. They're going to move to the back of the pack, it seems. Las Bestias Locas on winning ways right now. First the Stadium Royale, and now in this tag match here on episode 25 of Tombstone TV. Great win here for Las Bestias Locas. Another great match. Please come back, folks, for part 4. You're going to enjoy this one. This next matchup is a fatal 4-way, and it is a number 1 contenders matchup for the light heavyweight championship here at CWS. Introducing first the former champion himself, Mr. Dudley Boy. Dudley Boy lost his championship to Dr. Dermot Allergy at the Stadium Royale. It's a championship that Dudley had been vying for a while. He beat his own brother, Hardy Boy, the Violent Knight, to win the championship. Dudley didn't hold it for very long before he lost it to Dr. Dermot Allergy. But the doctor beat him fair and square. Dudley hoping to get another opportunity to face the man he dashed his dreams. Management has decided that there's been 4 standouts in the light heavyweight division that they want to give a shout out to and an opportunity to. Dudley clearly one of them. And now another former champion himself, the brother of Dudley Boy. This is Hardy Boy, the man that Dudley beat for the championship. And also, Hardy knows he can beat Dr. Dermot Allergy because he took the title from the Doctor. Late last year, it was Hardy Boy who was able to defeat the Doctor, who was undefeated. To that point, it was Hardy that ended that run and took the title, only to then lose the title himself to his own brother. Now the Doctor has it again, and Hardy is looking to take it back. Could we be looking at another two-time champ? And folks, here we go. This man here, this is Eli Valentine, and Eli has had a heck of a run here in the late 2023. Pretty slow start to 24, but management knows that Eli deserves his flowers right now. He had a great run towards the end of last year, teaming alongside Major Attraction. And Eli is looking to reboot, so to speak, launch himself into the championship picture, and a win tonight in this Fatal 4-Way would do just that. Eli hoping to challenge the Doctor at Fight at the Opera for the Light Heavyweight Championship, which obviously that privilege goes to the winner of this matchup. Why not Eli Valentine? He must go through Hardy Boy and Dudley Boy, and whoever the fourth man is. I am on tenterhooks here, folks, the edge of my seat, as I await with you who's the fourth man in this Fatal 4-Way number one contenders matchup. And here we go, folks. Look at this. It's the Starshine Kid. He's representing the Cosmic Alliance. We saw Moonbeam Originales and Moonbeam Jr. earlier this evening pick up a massive win against the team of the Savage Hearts. And now it's the Starshine Kid's turn. Can he also up his game early 2024? Starshine Kid, somewhat of a new look here as well, as he eyes up Hardy Boy, eyes up Dudley Boy, and Eli Valentine says a quick prayer to the cosmos in the corner. The Starshine Kid looks ready for battle here, folks. This ought to be a good one. Who do you think is going to win the matchup? Leave that below in the comments section. The referee rings the bell, and here we go. Starshine Kid. Look at this reverse Hurricane Rana immediately at the gate, taking Hardy down, and Dudley Boy taking down Eli Valentine. Starshine Kid, look at that variation of the special Boy, and a Hurricane Rana from Dudley to Eli Valentine. Starshine Kid now goes to whip off the ropes, but Dudley prevents Hardy from being attacked there by the Starshine Kid. And look at this. Starshine Kid again. Variation of the special Boy, only to be met with a flying boot here of Dudley. And a Spanish fly. Here we go. First cover of the matchup. And Eli forced to break up that count immediately. And look at this. Hardy goes outside, goes back with that cane and whips the head of the Starshine Kid, and a package Valentine driver here by Eli Valentine to Hardy Boy in the center of the ring. Dudley on the outside taking the fight to the Starshine Kid. Eli unloading on Hardy with some kicks, whipping kicks, and they're driving the knee of Hardy Boy into the mat. Meanwhile, right next to my desk here, Dudley and the Starshine Kid are going at it. Eli from the top rope with an elbow to the back of Hardy Boy. Starshine Kid catches Dudley and tosses him into that barricade. Right next to my desk here. The match can't end outside the ring though, folks. So I'm just focusing on what's happening in. Hardy Boy just unleashing the fury of those cane shots onto the top of Eli Valentine, and a cover. We've got a 1, 2, and at the count of 2, Eli Valentine manages to kick out. Starshine Kid now from the springboard misses with the famouser. Landed ass first on the mat. Throwing some punches now at Dudley, catches him, lifts him up, and look at that for a driver. Eli Valentine and the Starshine Kid taking down the Boys. Eli gets scooped up. Starshine Kid walks him around the ring, over the ropes, and drops him throat first across that top rope. And now it's Dudley Boy back to his feet, and he runs straight into a super kick from the Starshine Kid. The Starshine super kick. And look at that spinebuster, center of the ring. The Starshine Kid, oh, he's after getting caught by Dudley's innovation. Dropped down like that real quick. And now Hardy and Dudley going at it. Eli watching, allowing the brothers to fight. We know they've a history. Why not let them at it? But look at the strength of Eli Valentine. Deceptively strong. And now he gets the cover on Hardy, but it's broken up by Dudley immediately. And now Starshine Kid picking up Dudley, and look at that, the Starshine Driver, Starshine Kid now locking up with Eli Valentine, scoops him up into a suplex position and twists him down. Dudley whipping Eli round, leg into the face, and now it's Dudley, Starshine Kid. Dudley whipped into the corner, Starshine Kid eats an elbow, gets kicked. Hardy and Eli on one side, we got Dudley scooping Starshine up onto his shoulders and now dropping him across the top turnbuckle. Eli, oh my god, look at this. Eli gets arm dragged by Dudley in some of the most innovative offense I've seen here on Tombstone TV. Starshine Kid whipping Eli into the corner, and now it's forcing Dudley and Hardy to go at it. Dudley, special boy on Hardy, but Starshine Kid at the cover on Eli. Now Dudley with the cover on Hardy. Starshine Kid breaking off the pins. This is back-to-back fast-paced action here. And look at that for an innovative bulldog here for the Starshine Kid, taking Dudley down. Hardy rolls to the outside. Eli, the only man on his feet right now, with a knee to the face of Dudley Boy, gets the cover. That might be it, folks. One, and a kick out at one by the former champ Dudley Boy. I wrote him off right there, folks. I should have known better. Baseball back to the top of the head. Eli Valentine has a measured gut shot here. And on the outside, Hardy just knocked down Starshine Kid and bust him wide open. Dudley, Eli fighting on the inside. And look at that for a dropkick from Eli Valentine. On the outside, we got Starshine Kid and Hardy Boy going at it. And in the ring, Eli is unloading fury with that baseball bat shots. The championship means so much to Eli. He's going vicious, he's feral, he's wild here with the baseball shots across the chest. Dudley must be out for the count. The Starshine Kid taking advantage of Eli's frustration, sneaking up behind him, now dropping a series of successive knees to the back. Starshine Kid now the one with the bat in hand. Dudley misses. Hardy cracks Dudley with those cane shots and broke the cane over the top of the head of his own brother. Eli now picking up Starshine, dropping him on the flat of his back. Dudley just threw Hardy into my announce desk right there. He nearly spilled my black coffee. Eli now, he's picked up the Starshine Kid with the Starshine. He's got the Valentine's Day driver, and Dudley unable to break up that count. Starshine luckily able to kick out and save the matchup for everybody. And look at that for a Hurricane Rana. Dudley Boy taking Eli Valentine down. Starshine Kid now sneaking up behind Dudley. Catches him and drops him on the back of his head. Starshine Kid, get the cover, kid. Make yourself famous. We got a 1, 2, and no, Hardy Boy is back into the ring somehow, some way, after getting caned over the top of his head. Gets back in to break up the count. Hardy Boy, he's scooping Eli up. Suplex, goes for the cover. Dudley kicks Hardy into the back of the head and says, not like this. Now Dudley with the sling blade, taking Hardy down. Basement drop kick, taking Hardy's face off. Hardy kicks right back up. Dudley, Hardy, sling blade again, rolls through. Basement drop kick one more time. This time Hardy seems out. And Dudley goes for the special buy on Eli, but Starshine Kid broke that one up. Starshine Kid whips Eli. Eli catches the legs and drops the foot across the gut of the Starshine Kid. And now Dudley Boy with the suplex, and Eli Valentine goes for the cover. We got a 1, 2, and a kick out of 2 by Valentine. Hurricane Rana. Hardy takes Starshine down. Dudley, Hardy, the only man standing in the center of the ring. We got brother against brother, man against man. Dudley versus Hardy, something like it's out of 1999, early 2000s. And look at that tilt-a-whirl backbreaker from Hardy to Dudley. Hardy, Hurricane Rana taking the Starshine Kid down, and he gets the cover. We got a 1, 2, 3, and folks, just like that, Hardy Boy pins the Starshine Kid, and it's going to be Hardy Boy, the one that faces Dr. Dermot Allergy for the Light Heavyweight Championship again. This time at a Fight at the Opera 2. What a great little fatal 4-way match that we just had here, folks. Dudley will be furious, Eli will be furious, and the Starshine Kid let the Cosmic Alliance down. Great win for Hardy. It's going to be another great match. We've seen it happen before. This time the Doctor is prepared for what Hardy has to offer. It won't take him so lightly. It's going to be an interesting matchup at Fight at the Opera 2. Join us for that, folks. But before that, you gotta come back. We've got great more action coming up here in this episode of Tombstone TV. This is part 5. Episode 25, Tombstone TV. If you're with us so far, thanks you. If you're just coming back, thank you. If you're just joining us, thank you for being here. Leave a comment below. Like the content, tell us what you want to see from CWS, from Tombstone TV. Let me introduce you first, folks, to the team of Grace and Fate. Angels, the Lord's Angels themselves, on their way to the ring for a women's tag team matchup, and I've been told it will be contested under Tornado tag team rules, and for that reason managers have been banned from ringside. We've seen the Lord get involved before, and we've seen earlier tonight even in the Lord's matchup how managers can play a crucial role in determining the outcomes. Management does not want that to happen again tonight, so no managers are ringside. Tornado tag rules. The Lord's Devil and the Angels that are usually on his shoulders are out here together without their Lord to play with. Grace and Faith await their competition. And who are facing Faith and Grace? The former CWS Women's Tag Team Champions. Oh, folks, it's the team of the women's wrestlers, representing the wrestler family. On your left in black and green, we have Aerial Wrestler. That's big time Aerial Wrestler, former CWS Women's Champion. And Suplex, her longtime friend and partner. Suplex has been welcomed with open arms into the wrestler family as a friend of Ariel and Ariel's brothers, Matt Wrestler and The Technique Al Wrestler. Big time Ariel Wrestler and Suplex, the women's wrestler, is about to take on the Lord's Angels, Faith and Grace, in a women's Tornado tag team matchup. Referee rings the bell and this thing is off. Ariel straight away drops Grace. Grace is in the black. Faith is in the white. And Sue just picks Faith up and drops. Oh my god, 2 knees to the gut. She's down. Grace gets clotheslined to the outside by Ariel. Ariel now. What's big time Aerial Wrestler gonna do? Runs straight into Faith, unfortunately, and then decides to target Faith instead. 2-on-1 attack here. It looked like she was measuring Grace on the outside for something and then ran into Faith and changed her mind. We got big time Aerial Wrestler now taking the fight to Faith, but Suplex hits Grace with a neck breaker. Leg bar locked in. Big time Aerial Wrestler torquing at the knee as Suplex kicks the back of the head. Faith now alone on the inside of the ring, getting stomped on by the women's wrestlers, and her knee being driven into the mat. Grace now trying to sneak in behind the women's wrestlers, gets in behind Suplex. Big time Aerial Wrestler with the front flip over the top rope to the outside. That somersault senton bomb to the outside and lands on her feet. This time Faith catches her, kick to the gut, and just drops Aerial with a neck breaker. And on the other side, Suplex is dropped with the neck breaker as well. Faith and Grace now in total control. Suplex has been whipped into our desk right here. And Ariel is getting pounded on up there by the rampway. Referee could only watch 2 women at any one time, it seems. And now the Angels are back in the ring. Sue on her own in there with Faith and Grace. Ariel sneaking back up behind. Sue gets picked up. Crotch buster. And look at this. We're going for the crossface. 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 Ariel able to kick and break up the crossface. And now with the handspring, Pele kick. Ariel takes Grace down. Faith stomping on the arm of suplex. Aerial with big right hand and a standing shooting star. But look at this. Kick out at one. Suplex breaks up the count. Aerial with the cover now. We've got a 1 and a kick out at 1. Sue rolls to the outside. Grace already on the outside. We've got Faith and Aerial in the center of the ring right now. Aerial bounces off that ring and look at this. Moonsault. Gets the cover. We've got a 1 and a kick out at 1. The Lord's Angels taking the fight here to the women's wrestlers. Kicking the back of Aerial. Sue slow to gingerly getting back into the ring. Goes for that running knee to Faith. But a neck breaker from Grace. Faith whipped off the ropes and eats a drop kick. Aerial kips up. Suplex. Staring Faith down as she leaves the ring. And now Sue with innovation. Look at that for a bulldog taking Grace down. And look at that for a forearm then from Grace to suplex. Faith on the outside taking the fight to Sue. To Aerial Wrestler. My apologies. And the Lord's Angels in total control right now. Abdominal stretch on suplex in the center of the ring. But Sue manages to get out of it with a big arm drag. And look at that for a net factor. Sue is down and she's in the center of the ring. Lord's Angels with the pinfall. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 by Sue. Plex. Aerial Wrestler is lucky to be kept in this thing right now. And look at this. Oh my God, look at that. What an attack across the back. 1, 2. Oh my God, a big time Aerial Wrestler able to just break up the count. Very last second at like 2.99999. Aerial now gets out of it and just drops Grace in the back of her head. Aerial. Split leg crotch assault to Grace. Faith picks Sue up. Standing shooting moonsault. Standing shooting star. Center of the ring. And Aerial again. Look at this. Goes for that moonsault one more time. Got the cover this time. 1. And a kick out at 1. What are the Lord's Angels made of? They must have been saying their prayers, taking their vitamins. Because big time Aerial Wrestler and Suplex can't seem to put them away. Faith and Grace now talking trash here to Aerial Wrestler. Suplex gets back in. That forearm evaded by Suplex. And Sue now picking. Oh my God, look at this. To Faith Angels. Suplex just destroying Faith Angels with that driver. We've got a cover here off a flat back bump here, folks, and a rope break. Suplex has the wherewithal to grab the bottom rope, force the referee's hand to break up the pin. Faith climbing out to the outside and gets a big back body drop outside on the floor from Suplex. Grace throws Aerial back into the ring. You'd have to think this thing is coming to an end soon, folks. Grace now measuring Aerial and just tosses Aerial around the ring by the hair. Aerial arches back with a kick to the head, a discus punch. Aerial Wrestler might be able to go on and do this on her own. She is a former singles champion, ladies and gentlemen, and look at this with her own variation of the special buy. Aerial to the top rope, but looks like Grace was playing possum, sneaks out there, catches Aerial and tosses Aerial from the top rope to the mat. Oh, and that drop kick to the back, and a cover here from Grace. We've got 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. Big time Aerial Wrestler showing why she's the big time. Grace whipping Aerial off the ropes, drops down, leapfrog, measuring Aerial, and look at that for a big back body drop. Again catching Aerial by the hair and launching her into the sky. Grace now from the top measuring Aerial. Grace with a big time elbow. Grace now measuring big time aerial wrestler. Faith drops suplex on the outside, taking her out of the equation. Aerial wrestler this time evades and gets a running forearm to the face of Grace. Faith whipping Sue into the turnbuckle. Into the barricade on the outside. Big time aerial wrestler measuring Grace Angels. Center of the ring. Discus forearm takes Grace down. And now with the cover, we've got a 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. Grace Angels somehow kicks out at 2, preventing Ariel from getting the win. And look at this, aerial wrestler again, taking Grace down to the mat. Ariel now picks her up, and look at that with the twisting suplex. Faith back to the ring, tossing Sue back into the ring. And look at that for a low kick. Big time aerial wrestler now moonsaulted into a German suplex. Faith with a big DDT to suplex. We got big time aerial wrestler. Got Faith up. Dropped her with the suplex, but Faith was able to get out and slide to the outside. Big time aerial wrestler goes for a corkscrew, launched to the outside and misses wildly. Faith able to evade it. Somehow Ariel gets back up to her feet and hits Faith with that suplex. And now this tilt-a-whirl head scissors takedown. Big time aerial wrestler is out to prove a point here, folks. Launching Grace back into the ring. Big time aerial wrestler. Thought she had Faith, but Grace sneaks up behind. Electric chair drop outside on those thin mats, folks. That's only a thin pad outside there on the ring. On the floor outside the ring. Faith whipping aerial wrestler into that barricade. Kick to the gut. And a neck breaker. Faith taking suplex down. Faith and Grace somehow back in control here. Big stalling suplex to the outside, dropping suplex on the flat of her back. Faith measuring Ariel, but Ariel evades. Quick head scissors and a takedown. Look at that. Big time aerial wrestler taking the fight to Faith on the outside, whipping Faith around the place. And now it's suplex in control of Grace. And as I say it, Grace fights back with a series of elbows. Grace sneaks up behind Ariel, and look at this electric chair drop. I think Ariel might have clipped her head off the apron on the way down. That's the hardest part of the ring, folks. Grace tossing Ariel back into the ring. And look at that. Ariel goes for the discus elbow. Faith caught it, or Grace caught it into an it factor. That's it. 1, 2, and a suplex at 2.999, gets in and breaks it up after that discus elbow into the it factor. I thought that was it. Surely Faith now suplexes suplex, and Grace, look at that fall from Grace. Got the cover. Ariel's down. 1, 2. Faith's already celebrating, folks. The Lord's Angels pick up the win, and the 3 count. The Lord's Angels, Faith and Grace, with another dominating win here. Another win in their column, and again, women's wrestlers can't seem to catch a break. Fantastic win there for the Lord's Angels. And an absolutely fantastic day all round for the Lord and his angels. Great win here for Faith and Grace. Come back. We've got 2 more contenders qualification matches coming up, and you're gonna like them. This is part 6 of episode 25, Tombstone TV. I'm your host, as always, Bullet Von Awesome. This is a contenders qualification matchup. Introducing the first challenger. Alongside Jackson, Gage, Harris, and Tommy Torque Thompson, this is Wrench M. Wrench M, you'll know he won Contenders #1 way back when, folks. He main evented the first fight at the Opera against major attraction and would love to main event against him again, but this time have a different outcome. Jackson Gage Harris, Tommy Torque Thompson escorting the leader of the Grim Reapers, the biker gang that Wrench M is the president of, down to the ring on tonight's episode of Tombstone TV. We haven't seen that for a little while here. Wrench is ready to grab that brass ring and to go to Contender 7, where he hopes to win Contender 7 and then go on to face major attraction for the World Heavyweight Championship at Fight at the Opera 2. Who will Wrench be up against? And folks, it's Prince Toro, the winner of Contenders 3. Prince Toro went on to the Eliminator to face major attraction, where he also was unsuccessful in dethroning the champ. To win Contenders 3, it was actually Wrench that Prince Toro had to eliminate last to win. And since then, Wrench and Toro have crossed paths multiple times in Contenders matches. Wrench has had bigger fish to fry with everything that's been going on with Motor / Yamamoto, who isn't actually here this evening. Prince Toro looking to do the unthinkable and to beat Wrench one more time. But this match has been brewing for a while, folks. We've got Prince Toro versus Wrench. Only one will go to Contenders. And look at that. Wrench goes for a clothesline off the bat. Prince Toro evades it. The size difference between these two guys. Toro's going to have to use his agility. Wrench his power. And look at these clubbing blows here. Wrench missing wildly. Connects with that one, though. He's got Toro in the corner. Tosses him around. Wrench taking away the leg of Toro, which is good, because Toro uses a lot of knee strikes and running moves. If you take away the speed, you'll be able to evade moves like that neckbreaker right there. Toro now, oh my god, he just eats a knee to the face. Wrench rocked Toro with that one. Jackson Gage Harris and Tommy Torque Thompson on the outside looking in and watching as Wrench, who's gone back to his old vicious self somewhat as of late. For a while there, Wrench had kind of leaned away from the look of the bikers. He had more of a wrestling garb on, but I think after some stern words here from the Reapers, Wrench has gone and kind of gone on a soul-searching mission and found himself as the president of the ruthless Grim Reapers. Gone back to his old look. Back to his old bar-fighting, brawling days. And it seems to be serving Wrench quite well. Look at this clothesline taking Prince Toro down off the feet. Toro sporting an injury on that neck, it seems. He's holding it already. Wrench having fun out there. Targeting the leg of Toro. If you can take away Toro's leg, he can't hit you with that running knee or that running spear that he likes to finish his opponents off with. And again, Wrench targeting the leg of Toro. Toro rolls to the outside right in front of me here, and Wrench with a big right hand to Toro. Fights back with an elbow, and another running neck breaker here, taking down Wrench. Tommy Torque Thompson running over here, talking trash to Toro with the discus punch. You just bust. Wrench wide open. I just saw blood fly across the screen here, folks, and I think it just landed on Carl Briscoe Regan's coffee cup, which is probably filled with my waddy. Look at that knee to the face. There are other diluted orange drinks available. This is not a paid ad. Wrench has a gusher here, folks. Prince Toro thinks he has it. Wrench is bust up looking vicious, but Wrench already looking for the Grim Pedigree, and he connects with that Grim Pedigree. Wrench going for the cover on Toro. Is it going to be just like that? Center of the ring, 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. Prince Toro manages to kick out of the Grim Pedigree, and not a lot of combatants can say that. Look at that big spinebuster. The fans are chanting, "We're not worthy," as Wrench connects with the Grim Spinebuster, and now he's going for a second Grim Pedigree. Prince Toro, thank you for coming, but surely that's it. Wrench now gets the cover. 1, 2, 3. Wrench is going to Contender 7. Prince Toro will not be there He's going to have to find something else to do that night. He will not be in the contenders matchup, and he will not be challenging Major Attraction, or inches one step closer to his dream. Headlining Fight at the Opera 2 against Major Attraction for the CWS World's Heavyweight Championship. Great day for the Grim Reapers and a poor one if you're Prince Toro. This has been the semi-main event of episode 25 Tombstone TV. Thanks for coming. Come back for the main. We'll have another Contenders qualifier. Folks, this is your main event of the evening, and it's episode 25 Tombstone TV. These guys skipped the entrances straight down to the ring. And look at this, Ultimo Thunder in green taking on Dragon Noir in all black. And you'll know, if you've been following Tombstone TV and Championship Wrestling Series at all, that these guys have been feuding for about 4 months now. In and out of the ring, and Ultimo Thunder twisting away at the neck of Dragon Noir. We weren't recording their entrances. Technical issues, we'll say. That covers it a bit better, doesn't it? I think. I don't know. So Ultimo Thunder now. Oh no, Dragon Noir manages to get out of that one. Bridges out of it with a little suplex to Thunder. Dragon with some low kicks across the chest of Ultimo Thunder. And Thunder now climbing over to the corner, pulling himself up. Folks, this is actually a Contenders qualification matchup. The winner of this goes to Contenders 7. We know Lord and Xavier will be there, and Wrench will be there, but either Dragon Noir or Ultimo Thunder will. It's probably a good thing that we're getting this matchup out of the way early, folks, because we know these two are going to find each other all month otherwise. 20 combatants have been shortlisted. 10 matches put together, 1 versus 1 style. The 10 winners will go to Contenders, where 2 men will enter, and then at timed intervals another man will enter in again and again until all 10 have entered. The aim is to toss the other guys over the top rope, and the winner is the last man standing. They will go on to face Major Attraction at Fight of the Opera 2 for a championship opportunity. So you can see how important it is for these guys to win that matchup. To win this matchup just to get to that one. And again, of course, it would be Ultimo Thunder and Dragon Noir pitted against each other. These guys never seem to be able to escape one another's grasp. They had their own feud for months now, resulting in Ultimo Thunder winning the Future Shop briefcase against Dragon Noir in a ladder match. And then when Dragon Noir won at Contenders 5 and went on to challenge Major Attraction at Violent Night for the Heavyweight Championship in a Hell in a Cell, no doubt, Ultimo Thunder cashed in his Future Shop briefcase, making that matchup a triple threat. And then, much to the fury of Dragon Noir, it was Ultimo Thunder who lost the matchup, meaning Dragon feels like he never really got his singles opportunity. He didn't lose his shot at Major Attraction, but it was taken from him again by Ultimo Thunder. It seems as though every time Noir has an opportunity in his midst, look at that for a Hurricane Rana, every time he has an opportunity in his midst, Thunder gets in the way. And now Dragon from the top rope with an elbow taking Ultimo Thunder down. Dragon hoping to put Ultimo Thunder to bed here tonight so he can focus on Contender 7, winning that matchup and going to face Major Attraction. But the Future Shop briefcase could still come into play again, folks, now that Loco Lobo Azul has it. It was the prize at the end of the night for the Stadium Royale match last weekend. Loco won that. He has the opportunity to cash that briefcase in for an opportunity at the World's Championship whenever he wants. His time, his place, his choosing. Major has no say in the match, just has to take it. But it also might not be this month, folks. Who knows? Dragon now measuring, and he goes for a dropkick, but Ultimo Thunder catches the legs and steps through. Kick to the gut of Dragon Noir. Folks, this is your main event. Ultimo Thunder, Dragon Noir looking to contend here. Winner goes to the Contenders 7 matchup. Ultimo Thunder stomp across the chest of Dragon Noir, knee to the back. Ultimo Thunder with some choice words, we'll say, for Dragon Noir here. Goes for that dropkick and takes Dragon off his feet. Dragon's dragging himself to the corner to pick himself up right now. Big right hand here from Ultimo Thunder. A lot of people claim Ultimo Thunder shouldn't be in the heavyweight division. Neither should Dragon Noir. Look at this for a DDT. But if they're able to compete, then why shouldn't they, folks? 1, And a kick out at 1. Ultimo Thunder kicks out at 1. A lot of people think that they should go to the light heavyweight division or the intercontinental division. Little guys in the heavyweight scene is not everyone's cup of tea. But they hold their own with the best of them and the biggest of them. Look at that chop, and now another Hurricane Rana, Dragon Noir taking Ultimo Thunder down. Stomp across the face, and I think I saw blood there, folks. He might have busted the nose of Ultimo Thunder. And off the ropes, and look at that, a step up kick to the back of the head. Ultimo goes down. Dragon Noir's got Ultimo measured, kick, and now he's going for it here, folks. The Dragon Driver. We've got a 1, 2, 3. That's it. Dragon Noir wins, and he's going on to Contender 7. Thank you for joining us here, folks, in the main event of Tombstone TV, episode 25. Dragon Noir is going on to Contender 7. Alongside Lord and Xavier and Wrench M. But what's happening here, folks? Dragon War, but you just won. You won the matchup. It was fine. Ultimo Thunder was walking back up the ramp with a bit of class, taking the L. Dragon War whipping Thunder into the steel steps. What a way to go off the air, folks. Dragon War standing over his long-time enemy again, Ultimo Thunder. And now Thunder is going to find it hard to lay hands at Dragon War. If I am appalled by the actions of Dragon Noir, I hope Ultimo Thunder is going to be okay. Come back, episode 26 next week, folks, on Tuesday night, Tombstone TV. Find out. Hopefully we'll have an update on the condition of Ultimo Thunder and see will there be any reprimands in place for Dragon Noir. As this story trundles forward, we're on the path to Fight at the Opera 2, folks. Thanks for joining us. Subscribe, like, share with your friends, share with your enemies. If you're liking what you see, great. Thanks for being here. I'm Bullet Van Awesome. This is Championship Wrestling Series, where wrestling is all fun and games. You have been class. Join us again next week for Tombstone TV.